Oh my god. I finally got it. Crafting. Look at him in all his glory. Welcome back to the channel. Santos here. Today I have done it, guys. I actually finally got the free Kui Ji skin in Call of Duty Mobile's new DMZ recon mode. And I gotta tell you, it was not what it looks like. It was definitely more challenging than I thought it would be. I started this grind thinking, hey, how hard could it be? Let me just get this done real quick so I can go back to BR and just, do my legendary grind like I do every season. But nah, DMZ and the devs had other plans, and it was very, very, very challenging. And on top of that, all the videos that I saw made it look easy, and I thought, what gives, until I realized, wait a minute, none of these guys that are making videos on how to get Kuigi unlocked actually have Kuigi. And so I realized, you know what? Let me bring this to you because I actually have gotten the skin now and I know what it actually takes. I'm going to expose the lies and tell you exactly how many hours it took me, how many crates it took, and the tips and tricks, the strategies that I used to survive in the battlefield and make this as painless as possible, even though I still crashed out at least one solid time. And, to boot, after all that, I did become a top 1000 leaderboard for DMZ. So trust that the tips, the tricks, the strategies that I'm bringing to you are based on real battlefield experience. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. Chapter 1. Is it worth it? Is it actually worth getting the Kuigi skin? And to be able to decide on that, you might be wondering, well, how many crates and how many hours does it actually take to get this done? Well, I can tell you what it took me is about 100 crates and roughly 30 hours over the last 4 days. Now, 17 of those hours roughly are victories because on average, a victory takes me 10 minutes. Sometimes I get them as low as 5 minutes. I've gotten a 4-minute victory as well. But sometimes it goes up to 15 minutes, to get a win. Average, I noticed, was about 10 minutes. So 100 crates times 10 minutes apiece, do the math. I pulled out my calculator earlier. I estimate it's about 17 hours of winning. Okay, the rest is up to your win rate, how many times you lose to how many times you win. Yeah, for me it took me 30 hours total. I have the streams in my channel. If you guys want to go watch my pain and suffering for this, you can. But that's how I know how much time, because I streamed all of it, or at least most of it. And when I wasn't streaming, I had a stopwatch, so I measured how long it would take because I wanted to share this with you guys afterwards. So, is it worth it? Well, this is how much effort it's going to take. 100 crates, 30, or at least that's how much it took me, right? If your win rate is lower, well, man, it's going to be longer, okay? So that's the cost. What do you actually get? Well, you get the epic rarity Kuigi skin. He looks really cool. He's got a really cool vibe to him. I personally like how he looks. Some people don't like the way his feet look or his legs look, because it's like the robotic kind of weird vibe to it. I could see how that can be off-putting, but personally, it doesn't really bother me. I like the whole ninja vibe, the long hair vibe, the eyes, the long sword he has on his side. I just find them cool. And I also really like that it's a hard and challenging grind, which means it might be rare to actually have this character. A lot of people are starting on the grind saying, yeah, I want it. Yeah, I'm really interested in it. Yeah, I would love to have it. But then they get into DMZ and it's really freaking hard and they quit. And I don't blame them. I really don't blame them. But, I did just want to let you know that this is what you get. A lot of people wonder, hey, is it a legendary character? Does it have a custom execution? Well, hey, it's not a legendary character, it's epic. Does it have a custom execution? It does not have a custom execution. They did Kuigi dirty. They did us dirty with this one, because the whole point of this boss is that he executes you so fast in the game, And that is part of what makes him so challenging to deal with. He spots you, he executes you. I've seen the whole team get executed by Kuigi, and I mean, on the one hand, it's very painful to lose to him like that, and on the other hand, it's like pretty badass, right? He was like, wow, he's so cool, look at him, he just freaking sliced us all with his katana and his execution. It's just so cool. It would have been really, really nice for them to actually add that execution, and they didn't, unfortunately. So you're stuck with elbows and kicks, you know, if you have it. If you don't, I don't know what you've been doing, but elbows and kicks, still a cool execution, but not custom. Definitely not something that Kuigi deserves it. All right, he doesn't have it, but he deserves it. So devs, please, can we do a petition for Kuigi to have his custom execution? I don't know. Put it in the comments if you want to do a petition or have some ideas on how we can freaking put some pressure on the developers, because Kuigi really deserves his own custom execution, and unfortunately he does not have it. So that is a downside to his character. So, you know, you have to decide if that's going to be worth it for you. Are you going to, you know, just put in the work because you just like the way he looks? He's a cool epic skin that's probably going to be pretty rare, way more rare than a normal epic skin, because like not a lot of people are going to do this grind. I think it's going to be cool to have, especially in the early days when all the sweats are working on it and very few people have it. So, you know, that's up to you to decide. If you decide it's worth it, then we go on to the next chapter. Chapter 2, the strategy that worked for me. So I have seen a lot of people talk about, oh, building 21 is the place to be. That's really the fastest way to get weapon crates, and that's all that they recommend. Well, I saw this recommendation as well. You know, newest, fastest method to get the weapon crates, and you get even more money than in the regular mode. Well, you know what? It's a lot. Okay, 2 different maps to learn. 2 different maps is a lot. To learn the whole different game mode is a lot. To learn all the buttons is a lot for me personally. So on top of that, I tried to queue building 21, and what happened? I waited for like 5 minutes in queue and never found a single game. And on top of that, it's only out on the weekends. So when I wanted to keep grinding for it, what was I going to do? Wait till the next weekend? What I did and what worked for me is to focus on Serpent's Island, the main map, and just get myself a ride or die team. Okay, that's the first thing. A ride or die team is essential in this game mode. Some of you think, you know what, I'm going to go in and rage at the fact that my teammates don't care about the objective, or they steal my loot. They literally steal my loot right in front of me. I had this happen to me already. You know, everyone's out there just being absolute, I don't know, just cave people. It's just barbarians, you know, taking loot, thieves, stealing loot, and just not caring about each other when it comes to, you know, getting the objective, getting the weapon crate, and extracting successfully. So the first and most important thing is to actually get a ride or die team, a team that all cares about the weapon crates, that all cares about unlocking the skin, that is willing to die to get this skin. And this is going to be super important, because when somebody has the weapon crate, and say you have the weapon crate, you need to be getting out of there as soon as possible. And the good news is, if you get out, you exfil successfully, the whole team will get the weapon crate in their mail after the match. Even if they don't survive, even if they don't exfil successfully, even if they're completely killed in the match. And so for that reason, a ride or die team is actually going to be willing to sacrifice themselves and their loot and their money for the team, so that we can all get the weapon crate as soon as possible. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen every round. Of course, if everybody can get out alive, it's going to be better. It's going to be less strain on the team, you know. But if it comes to it, you got to have a team that's ready to die for the objective. And that's going to speed up your grind. It's going to cut down your time. And that's just going to be an all-around better experience. If you're thinking, well, how the heck am I supposed to get a team? I don't know who to play with. I don't have a team. I don't know. Well, I got to tell you, this is the first thing that you have to solve. I don't know how else to put it. You have to find a solution for this. I have a Discord. You guys can come hang out. We've got about 40 members right now. We're still growing. And if some of you join, if you like this vibe, you like the community that I'm building and that we're building here, then come hang out in the Discord. The link is in the description, and over time we'll have more and more people coming together who are all looking for teammates, and that's a way you can actually solve this, right? Come and join the Discord, join other community Discords of other YouTubers, and ask people like, hey, who wants to run DMZ? Like, take the time to recruit a team. I'm telling you, I played solo. I did find a solo strategy that worked for me, but it was at least 5 to 10 times harder, meaning longer. Meaning I'm playing much longer to get the same amount of crates than I would if I had just gotten my ride or die team first, okay? So that's the first thing. You really, really got to put time and energy into finding that team first. It's not even worth it, in my opinion, to grind the crate if you don't have a reliable team. When I didn't have my team, what I would do is I would go and scavenge for loot. I do missions, I try to get my money up, and I wait for my team to be online so that I could play and we would all have loot, we would all have money, and we could just go. And if we die, no big deal because we all have money. Which brings me to my next point. Second point on the strategy that worked for me is to focus on missions for the money and the XP. Okay, missions are actually a really, really, really important part. You know, when I first got into DMZ, my first thought was, I like the skin. How hard could it be? I want to get it as soon as possible and get out of here so I can go back to BR. All right. Well, I have bad news for you. It's not going to be that fast, and it is really hard. And you're going to need money, and you're going to need XP. To get money and XP, you have to do missions. That's going to allow you to get epic and legendary gear. If you're queuing into DMZ matches and you're noticing that some players are absolutely shredding you in, I don't know, what seems faster, the blink of an eye, right? It's way faster than what you can shred other people. You can't take it down people that fast. Why are you dying so quickly? And you think maybe they're hacking, maybe, I don't know what's going on. Is it just really easy to die in this mode? Nope, you just don't have all the information. And the information is the gear has different rarity levels. It has the, epic rarity, which is that purple color, and it also has legendary, and there's even mythic gear too. And depending on the rarity of the gear is how strong it is. An epic level vest is not going to be as strong as a legendary level vest. A legendary vest can take more bullets. So naturally, if you have a legendary vest, you're going to survive longer. You're going to take more bullets. I mean, you might still die, but it'll be harder to kill you. And if you have a legendary weapon, you can kill faster. You get more attachments. You get perks. You get higher level, higher tier attachments, okay? You can do perks like wounding or disable, so people are literally slowing down as you shoot them. These are all things that are working against you if you're not aware that you can actually get them with money and XP. How do you get money and XP? You do missions, okay? I suggest doing whatever missions you can get into. I personally like the main mission, the bank heist. It's the mission that has the little crown icon on it. But I also like pretty much any other mission that's near me, honestly. I'll do any mission because it just gets some money and some XP. On top of that, there are missions that are in-game, and there are missions that are in the main lobby. Okay, the missions that are in the main game, you can do those you're just going around and blowing up supplies or finding intel or hunting squads or making yourself the most wanted. But then there are also missions in the home screen, right, in the lobby, where you can select these missions to increase the trust level of your store so you can unlock legendary gear. To do that, you have to go into the black market area and check the little arrow pointing up icon. Look at the different daily missions that are there to build trust, and get in there and do whatever the heck it's asking you to do, whether it's playing with a certain class, or whether it's shooting a certain kind of ammo, or submitting certain gear to the shops. Whatever the mission is, you complete it, you're going to get XP, and what that's going to do is it's going to give you an advantage. It's going to let you get the legendary gear, and it can even let you get speed boosts, okay, because there is a class in the game that is called the Scavenger, and the Scavenger skill tree actually has the ability to get a really significant speed boost. Dude, your feet are literally throwing up smoke. You are throwing up smoke. How fast you're running right now. Alright, which actually brings me to my third and final point in terms of the strategy that works for me. The third part of this strategy that worked for me is running and gunning. You've got to know how to run to survive and exfil with the weapon crate, and you also have to know when to hunker down and defend. Because the ship has a boat exfil, a lot of players just always do the boat exfil, and that can work. Of course, if you have your team, you're going in, you know, you call the boat exfil first, because it takes freaking forever. It takes like 3 minutes and some change. And if you call the boat exfil first, it gives you enough time to go get the crate, fight a little bit, and get out. Okay, that is a good strat. But hey, sometimes you get pushed by 1 or 2 or even 3 teams all wanting the crate, and you're just sitting there, you know. And what are you gonna do? Just defend against all of them? Chances are you'll die. One of them will get it, and yep. Well, there you go. You lost that chance. You lost the loot. You lost your time, and then you're frustrated, right? So instead, what I did with my team is we developed a running and gunning strat, which means that when there are enemy teams, especially 2 teams, 1 team maybe, you know, fine, we can take them, defend against 1 team. But if it starts to get 2 teams, or if that 1 team is way too sweaty and you're just not able to basically win your gunfights, then you gotta know how to run. Where the exfil locations are, and how to get there without being caught. So there are ways to do that. One way is what I was mentioning earlier, is to make sure you have a scavenger on your team and have them develop their skill tree to the point where they get the ability to sprint faster, as long as they're not using any legendary gear. They're going to be vulnerable. They're not going to be as strong in a gunfight as everybody else, but they're going to be fast. And they can run all the way around the map and no one's going to catch them. So when you have a teammate that's designated to being the scavenger, that's leveling up their skill, or leveling up their class, their scavenger specifically, so that they can run faster, then the rest of the team can protect him or her, right? Can protect them. And as they are going to the exfil and getting out of the map, it's going to just take protecting and defending as the other teams are chasing, and that is sometimes easier to do than it is to defend a specific location like the boat exfil, especially when you have multiple teams all pressing that same location. So learn how to run and gun, how to retreat intelligently, how to run while you shoot, and coordinate with your squad so that as you're running away, you're actually able to you're able to get away without getting caught by these super sweaty teams, yeah, because they will catch you, and you can also get intercepted. So definitely try to get to the closest location while your team helps to buy you time. If that's not working, then you can go further out. Just, you know, be careful of being intercepted, and learn how to run and gun. And this has been a really, really strong strategy. When I started running and gunning, my win rate at least doubled. Right? So I know a lot of you will be like, oh, maybe this looks like a cowardly way of doing it, but there's nothing cowardly about staying alive and about saving your time. Because, I mean, I'm not trying to spend forever in this game mode. I'm trying to get in and get out. That's the whole point of this game mode, right? To get in and get out. So run and gun, learn how to do it. That's going to save your life. It's going to cut down your time and just increase your win rate. The win rate of your entire team. And last but certainly not least, chapter 3. The number 1 most important thing that actually helped me get Kuigi in the easiest way possible. This isn't always the fastest way, but it's definitely the easiest way. And that is to remember the most important part of gaming is to actually have fun. It's so easy to get frustrated. It's so easy to rage. It's so easy to talk trash to all these people that are in the map with you who are not letting you have your fun, right? But if you're not having fun anymore, take a break. Try a different game mode. Have a walk. Touch some grass, you know? Sometimes getting back to the basics of what gaming is supposed to be about is what makes this feel easy. even if it takes hella long and is very intense and has ups and downs and can be very devastating, coming back to the fun and making sure you and your teammates are having fun can be really important. If you notice that one of your teammates is raging out, they're not having fun, quit. Go to a different game mode, run a match of BR, run some multiplayer. Let's take a break, play a different game, anything. Go have food, touch grass, whatever it takes, right? Take a moment to reconnect and just, you're having a good time with some friends, you're learning some stuff. It's a brand new game. There's so much to learn. I guarantee you, the better you get, the more fun you're going to feel like you're having. But you got to be patient with yourself and let that time and experience grow, and if you're getting too tilted, honestly, wait it out. Let the sweats get the skin. They're going to get it soon enough. And then once they're done, you can have your go at it. You're just going to have to wait your turn, in essence. But if you want to go in and you find it fun to get into really heated battles and you want to grow as a player and you like a challenge, then get in there and have a good time and get popped in the head by a shotgun and one tapped from across the map with a sniper, which has happened to me, or quick scope by a sniper. But if you're getting tilted, take that time out. Remember, this is about having fun. And as long as you're doing that, this is going to be enjoyable. It's going to be easeful for you. So with all that said, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you watching. And let me know what was the most interesting or insightful part of this video in the comments below. If you have a question, feel free to drop it in the comments. I can answer it based on my experience. And I hope to see some of you in our Discord community. It'd be fun to play with you. If you want to join in on a match with me, just hit me up on Discord. And until next time, have a good time and remember to have fun.